And welcome back to Shut Up and Cut. It's time for the holy grail of post-production. This is where we separate the boys from the men, the girls from the women, and the editors from the post-production specialists. Sound design. Why sound design? Why can't I just drop some random sounds in? Why do I have to give a shit about sound? Okay, fine. Fair question. Try this next time you're watching a movie on Netflix. Mute it. Then try to finish watching the film with a complete understanding of what you just watched. That's why sound is important. Sound conveys realism. Proper sound design envelopes your audience in the world you're trying to build. It gives the audience a reason to believe in your world. It also sets the tone. The emotion you're trying to convey will dictate what types of sounds you will use in your edit, creating the overall tone of your video. Bad visuals can be forgiven with good sound, but bad sound will not be forgiven with good visuals. So how do you get some of that good sound design? Here are the 7 stages to sound design. Number 1 is your listening volume. Before you do anything, you need to set your listening volume on your computer. Otherwise, your levels will be whack everywhere else. You should never adjust your listening volume in the middle of sound designing any project. So that's why we set it in the beginning and we never touch it again. Number 2, your dialogue. We go through every piece of character dialogue, whether that's voiceover, breathing, grunts, ADR, also known as automatic dialogue replacement, and we sync it with our character's actions. In the case of this commercial, it'll be a lot of deep breaths. Number 3, Foley and S-effects, my personal favorite. We need to find the specific or prominent sounds that interact with our character or the environment. For example, the sound of a car as it pulls up, or the sound of tires screeching on the dirt. Number 4 is character movements. We insert character sounds like footsteps or clothes rustling that give us a sense of intimacy with our character. These are so important because without them, our character will feel empty, detaching the viewer from our commercial. Number 5 is ambient. We insert noises that fill the spaces in our environment, like wind whistling, birds chirping, or crickets, maybe. Anything that makes our environment the environment. Number 6, this is where you go crazy with design. This part is fun. We add things like risers, crashes, booms, builds, impacts, and all of our dramatic sounds that increase the emotional impact of certain beats. During this process, you might also equalize, also known as EQ, so we'll play with that later. And finally, number 7, we level everything. We go through and duck what needs to be ducked, pump what needs to be pumped, and develop a proper level for the rest of the commercial. If you found a good listening level in the beginning, this is going to make stage 7 a lot easier. But hopefully this cleared up some things about the sound design process. This process takes time, okay? It's not easy, but it is simple when broken down into steps. The next couple of tutorials are diving deep into sound design and the how of breaking down what types of sounds to use, where to find them, and most importantly, how to apply them to your commercial. So with all that said, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section down below, and I will see you in the next one.